Have you ever wondered why some people are more comfortable talking to executives than others? In this video, I'm going to give you 8 key steps to make it easier for you to talk to executives. Number 1, precise communication. You have to know what you want to say when you talk to these guys. You can't wing it. So you have to practice at home, talk out loud, make sure you have your story down. It's almost like your elevator pitch. Everybody says you need to have a 3-minute elevator pitch. Get inside an elevator with one of the executives or somebody, a new boss. And you got only a couple minutes to talk to them about yourself, what you're about. So you want to do the same thing. So when the question's asked, when you meet with this executive, tell me something about yourself, or who are you, or what do you do for the organization, who do you work for, what school do you go to? Have something already to go that's sound, that's thought through, that's easy to receive, that's memorable. Key things memorable. Number 2, I would have my own story. I would have a little bit about what I do for the organization, what my plan is for the future, how I fit into the organization going forward, and how I can benefit them by being a part of their team, being around them, what value you bring, etc., etc. And this part of it's a little bit about embellishing yourself. I talk a little bit up about yourself, what projects you've been engaged in, what have you been doing lately, etc., etc. So they get a good feeling for who you are. Number 3, and really, really important, you have to be really confident about yourself. When you get in front of the executives, you have to demonstrate or portray confidence. You have to play that you of strength. You can't go like you're in a lower position, or you feel sad, or you're scared. They can sense this out like prey. You don't want to do that. You want to be strong about yourself. You want to be not arrogant, but strong. You want to be defendable. You want to be positive. You want to say, hey, this guy is credible. He's strong. He's about himself. Don't be weak, because if you feel like you're looking up to them and you're below them, that's not a good way to meet. That's not a good position to be in. You have to demonstrate strength. You have to demonstrate positivity. You have to demonstrate some type of not dominance, but firmness about yourself. So keep that in mind. Number 4, you need to know a little bit of how the company makes money, how they're doing in the industry, what are the latest press release. What's going on in the future, what was the quarterly results. Educate yourself. Always keep yourself educated about the company, what the company's doing. Be aware of new projects, new product launches, the latest communication that's come out from, internally or externally. Just educate yourself and be ready to respond to any questions. Hey, did you see my last podcast? Did you see the last corporate communication? What did you think about that? This is conversations that you want to enter into, something positive, something that's prevalent, something that's caring. Number 5, very, very important. Don't be a kiss up. They can see through that. Don't laugh at every little joke if it's not funny. You have to get along. You have to be friendly. Don't overdo it. Somebody makes a small joke and all of a sudden you laugh and holding your stomach, crying, laughing so bad. People see through that. Don't be the yes person. Don't be the person sitting there nodding their head on everything they say, but get engaged in the conversation. But again, don't be a kiss up. You have to be yourself. Number 6, do your homework. Know a little bit about them. They're going to be in the area if they're coming in from overseas, or, one manager's from the region's coming to another region. Know a little bit about that person, know what their pet peeves are, know what school they went to, know what makes them happy, what makes them sad. Any information that you can gather to make yourself better prepared for that first meeting, then the better off you'll be. So spend some time. I'm not saying you have to go get that birth certificate, but I think it's better for you to understand a little bit about that person, especially if they worked in sales before and they went from sales, now they're into the commercial team and they've been in sales for 10 years. That person knows a lot about sales because now that person has been elevated to the next position. So learn about where they've been in the organization, what they've done. All that information is readily available on LinkedIn if you want to go out and find it. So take advantage of it. Number 7, and very, very important, is exposure. So when you're having these conversations and some special project or something comes up, look up the volunteers, or, you should say, hey, look, I like to get engaged in that. I like to be a part of that team. I'm looking for a challenge. I'm looking to do something effort. This does a couple things for you. It gives you more face time with the executives and also gives you visibility to others throughout the organization. Take advantage of that time when you're with that person. Also be ready to volunteer or get engaged or take on a special project so you can get some visibility. And number 8, be ready to move. When I say be ready to move, if you get invited to a dinner where a couple executives are going to be, you really don't want to go because they're at a high level, blah, blah, blah. Forget about that. Go. Get off your backside. Go. The more time you spend around the executives, and you'll find out they're just people too. They're normal people. You shouldn't be fearful. But the more time you spend with them, the more comfortable you'll be. So get engaged. Go play golf and try to invite yourself to dinners, cocktail parties. Try to go on the next trip. You need to get in that circle. If that's the direction you want to go, can't get on the sideline. You got to get in the game. You got to go play the game with these guys. And once you figure out that they're just normal people, the whole conversation will change from to where you become very, very comfortable in your communication. It becomes more freely, it becomes more easily. You get in tune to what they're talking about. And you see these guys, they go from conference call to conference call to conference call. They're very, very busy people. They don't have a lot of time to go through the chit chat. And when you say something, one of the things I used to say when I was a kid, you took the conversation to Georgia and back, which means you went all the way around the world, all the way around the state to make a point. You don't have to do that. Get to the point. Be comfortable. That's the key thing. Probably the most key advice is prepare yourself, get ready, be comfortable, and have fun with it. Have fun with it. You can't look at them as, they're God. They aren't gods, they're normal people. And they want to be treated like normal people. If you'd like to have some more communication like this, if you like to talk real talk about how do you get along with people, how do you talk to executives, we can have some real one-on-one conversation about how you really get it done. This is about, 10 and 15 minute, video, but the real truth of the matter is through communication. I need to know your style of communication. You need to tell me a little bit about your managers or the executives that you're trying to deal with, what their styles are, and then we'll come up with a solution, the best way to attack. So let me know. Thanks a lot. I'll talk to you later.